Everybody, welcome back to another recap of Love After Lockup. We're at the third episode, I believe, Fire and Gasoline.
Mm, mm, mm,
Um,
mm, mm,
whew.
mm.
Where do you want to begin?
Hmm. Wait. Well, first and foremost, how do I close that? Oh no, wrong. Okay. um, who do we want to begin with? I'm thinking. Who do you want to end with?
You know who I want to end with.
Tres leches.
No.
Wait, let me remember what happened. Let me see what's up. Um. mm,
We are ending
Oh,
with
I don't know.
Brenda.
I'm like, there's so much here, actually.
We're the Brenda Appreciation Society. That is
Okay.
what we're ending.
Okay.
But we could begin. We could actually begin with Tres Leches.
Okay.
We
Let's
could
be.
start off hot.
Yeah. Let's start off with tres leches.
Yeah, yeah. So, um,
Mm,
you
mm, mm.
know, I don't want to be one of those gays who always think straight people are straight men are gay if they just get a little bit of tequila or whatever. You know what I mean?
Here comes the agenda. No, I'm just playing. Can't wait. The straights are
No, but T.
sieging.
No, but T. I'm going to push the homosexual agenda right now.
I love
This
it.
is propaganda
Let's do it.
because they were so hyped to have 9 minutes of unadulterated bro time. Like, I understand, like, you with your homies and stuff, that's cool. But, like, they were just carrying on as if, like, I've seen that video before, you know what I mean?
Well, I couldn't really, I don't know. I guess I couldn't really get into that because all I kept like Lord of the Rings is just what I kept thinking as I was watching them, especially that one in the
Oh, yeah, they
front.
all look like Gollum.
Yes, especially that one in the front. And so, and then you
Mm-hmm.
already know that this biracial personness in Cincinnati, Ohio is just fascinating me as a
East
study.
Jackson, Ohio. Yes.
It
Tell
was
you.
East Jackson all up and through that car too. I was like,
Yeah.
"Who's cousin,
Yeah.
brother, uncle, daddies?" I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, but
so the
maybe
same.
they. I don't know. Maybe they like to touch peepees. Sometimes
Sword
or
fighting is a thing.
yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I
But
think way
for
more ever done it
nine,
than not. But that's just me.
oh,
Here comes the
oh,
agenda.
trust and believe. Trust and believe. They have.
Et. Ouch.
Um, it's totally gay if the balls touch.
Love it.
So, no, but for 9 minutes, they go ham.
Right.
They're smoking weed, they're drunk driving,
Hmm.
they're doing a whole bunch of things that he is not supposed to be caught up with because weed is not legal in the state of Ohio,
In record time. Oh, actually,
or
it is
any
now.
of those sites.
I went
Oh,
to a dispensary
really?
when I went to the juvenile detention center. Duality.
What's Ohio?
Um,
What's Ohio weed like? I can imagine it's like very earthy.
oh, actually, what I got was good. Hold on. Do I have any more left? Um, I obviously, I was there for a day and a half, so I only got like an eighth. I don't know where it went. But it was actually good because I smoked it when I got back home. I didn't smoke while I was there. Crazy, right?
Wow.
I know. I bought it and I had every intention of doing so, and I didn't. It was very cold and So, but the weed was good. Actually, I was surprised. It was dispensary. It was good. It was good weed. Yeah. Now, granted, again, I didn't smoke for a day and a half, so maybe it hit me extra, but it was nice. It was a nice flavor. Once I find the container,
I mean,
I'll
you would
share.
know if it was bad, regardless if
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
no, it was good. Like I was pleasantly surprised when I rolled up and lit it. And then I got some edibles, and yeah, they have some dispensaries now.
That's pretty groovy. Um,
Capitalism.
so either way, she's fuming in the car, by herself.
See,
Um, right, seething for 9 minutes. She has an attitude, okay? And of course, they all sit down and, he gets, she has an attitude, but she was like, oh, I just want to see my man eat. Like, ooh, blah, blah, blah. I just want to see him take a meal and blah, blah, blah. And he just gets steak and eggs and
I want to see him take a meal
potatoes.
too. Oop, shouldn't have
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah. It's fine. Um, and meanwhile, he's like, I got to go take a leak. And that's untrue.
Oh, yeah.
And which I understand because it's like she couldn't see in the back up yonder that he was on the phone.
Nah, if they had the
Anywho.
little hallway, and then his friend, cousin, brother, uncle, people were probably like keeping her occupied for a few minutes, even though. So when they got there and she had an attitude, and they were all like, don't be like that. We just wanted to be with our bro. Like sometimes, okay, like it depends on the friend. How I receive it, if it's like one of his friends I like, I'm like, all right, like. But if it's one I don't interject into nothing I'm doing.
Don't be a part. Don't be a part.
I don't like you like that. I'm only here for my. So, I've never really had any issues with his friends, but I did have one where because he just spoke out the side of his neck. Get a little too comfortable, and I said, "Let me explain something. I don't know you like that. You his friend. You not my friend." I was like, "So you watch your mouth when you talking to me." And then you know who I'm married to, so he was like, "Don't you watch your mouth when you're talking to my wife."
Yeah.
And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't come out the side of your mouth. But they're all in the business, and it's annoying. But meanwhile, back at the group home,
down at the Hojo. No, I'm sorry. We've moved up. We've upgraded to the Residence Inn.
Oh yeah, they had white sheets, no colored comforters.
Yes, yes, it was red, and they had the new bed thing,
accoutrement and stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The head.
Oh my!
Foam.
Total pause.
Yeah. What?
Total pause. There's always like this joke that like don't have bed frames or headboards or whatever, but white people don't believe in that either. And let me tell you why. So, for Chris Rogers' birthday, I told you we had a staycation, right? Mm-hmm. And so we went to a 4-star hotel, right? And so I'm thinking, there's room service. A can of Coke was $38.50. There was a bellhop. There was all these things, right? There was no headboard.
Like, it wasn't even the fake one they be putting now to the wall?
Nah.
So it was a clean aesthetic.
It was a picture.
Hold on. The pillows was just on the wall?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't like that.
It was just a picture. And so it was awkward. So, like, if you try to, like, put your head back, you on the picture frame.
You can't just be having the pillows on the wall raw at this public establishment.
Yeah.
And honestly, and let's be very clear here. When we say don't have headboards, that's a very particular type of nigga who probably also doesn't have a fitted sheet. Niggas, this is where we become a monolith. We love a bed frame. We love a proper bed. Only right now, so you just calm down. We love a bed frame. Love a headboard, a footboard, a sleigh bed, a thuma, like we love,
love a
canopy. You know what I'm saying? Like, love a set. So this is where we become the monolith that XD tries to make us.
Listen,
No.
y'all gonna be mad when I get this book out.
That's why I'm getting it banned. What do you mean? Republicans unite. I can't wait. We've got to get this off the shelf.
So, anywho, he's like we said, she's down at the Residence Inn with the rest of the
Lost Boys.
Yeah, and so she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so open, like I love you or whatever. I got us a room. Are you coming tonight?" And he's like,
what he didn't know is
I
he
gotta
saved
go,
himself because let me tell you
Right.
something, partner. That lady was about to tear your up with those teeth. Let me tell you. Them little combs.
Yeah.
She was about to tear it up.
Right. So like he had to go and yeah.
I'm being
So-
mean. I blame Tyreek today. In my period. Sorry.
So he's like, she's like, "I love you," and he was like, "Yeah, always,"
yeah.
and then hangs up. And of course, her home days are like, "Nah, girl, something's fishy.
Right.
Like this ain't for real." And I'm like, of course he's talking to other women, like, and he says it.
And
in
you
not so
are
many
other
words.
women. Well, all of y'all are, but
Yeah.
you're really other women.
All right.
You just don't know it.
And he makes an interesting point. He was like, I don't know any of these women. I don't know Ashley. I don't know Alexis either, for real. And yeah, but you
also,
choosing to be a part in this whatever, right? So, Ashley is setting this hotel room up with balloons, and she's not bright because, like, logistically, none of this makes sense, right? So, like, he keeps telling her he's out with his mom's running errands and seeing family and stuff, and he's supposed to get a ride to the hotel, and they're supposed to be together in the nighttime. There's this famous tweet where this gay was like, "Stop letting see you at the nighttime. You are not a roach." So.
Or a raccoon, or an opossum.
Yeah, you are not.
You're not a
roach.
marsupial. You're not. And I want you to want better for you.
Right. That's how I know he trade. But then I have something mean to say. I'm like, well, I would see why you would see her at night. But I also don't think he know what she looked like. Like, he does not.
I am not trying to be I'm not trying to be nothing. I don't know. That lady be lying in those photographs.
Yeah. Because I was like, well, what editing? Which they was taking the pictures to make her feel better.
What's
or whatever
the one where they be to blur tapping? They be like ta 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 ta.
Yeah. Facetune AI.
She be using them apps that convert you into like the Disney princess. It's dishonest. It's dishonest.
Yeah. Like
I don't know why she gets on my nerves. Like, I know everybody here is of equal basura, but I don't know. She just working my nerve, and it's his fault. Like, the are always at fault, but she's just getting on my. She's doing so much.
And you know what made me annoyed by her? What solidified the fact that I didn't like her?
Those photos.
Because that. But more so when she called that wig Shanae.
Oh, that was I made a note. I said, she named this wig Shanae.
My note says Ashley has a white mama for real for calling that wig Shanae.
She didn't even go Kilolo. Yeah. She was Shanae.
Yeah, she was. They were like, "What's her name?" Because her friends were like, "What's her name?" referring to her unit, and she was like, "Shanae." Girl,
like, You could have called it Bust Down Brenda or something. Like, it showed that you
You
had
could
some
have called it
personality.
anything else. Yes, and you so milk toast. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Milk toast is
so
delicious. She's something else.
If for whatever god awful reason you want more Jade and XD, make sure you subscribe to us on Patreon.